Hello, I'm Victoria and I'm a girly obsessed with cardigans. Today I wanted to chat to you about 19 cardigan knitting patterns that I'm absolutely in love with and really want to knit but do not have time for. Let's start with a pattern that I thought would be absolutely perfect for spring, and this is called Bapuri Cardigan by Berry Knitting. It's this really lovely oversized top-down cardigan with a beautiful cable pattern all over it with these really tiny, intricate, just repeating cables. It also features a double knitted edge at the front, which can be a button band, or it could also be done with a tie front at the top of it. It's V-neck. It's absolutely stunning. I think it will be perfect for spring. This uses DK weight yarn and is knitted on 4mm needles with, I think, 3.5 for the button band. The weight is just perfect for these transitional days, but also on like slightly warmer days in the fall or winter. It's just an adorable piece you could wear over dresses, over top. I just really want to make one. I think I would make this in either Knitting for Olive Merino in the colour Limestone, held with the mohair as well in the same colour, to make this really beautiful, just ethereal white cardigan, because I think those kind of tie front pieces are very good in like neutral colours, so you can wear them over everything, because obviously everything will be peeking out from it. Unfortunately, this is absolutely not size inclusive and only has size small and large. It's available in both English and Korean, and the designer is Korean, I believe, so I'm kind of not surprised because that is a trend with those sort of patterns, but it is definitely a shame, so something to be mindful of. But I do really love this design and it would be nice to see maybe more sizes in the future. The construction is a raglan and it's got these repeating cables all over it, but it's got like a slightly different motif at the back, which gives it this like vibe of an Aran jumper, but also in a light way. If you took a traditional cabled Aran jumper and turned it into a cardigan but made it spring, that's exactly what this pattern is, and I think it's just so cute. I think it would also look absolutely adorable in Knitting for Olive Merino and mohair in the colour Dusty Rose, I believe, or Filclana Peruvian in the colour Old Rose. It would also look absolutely adorable. I'd also love to see it in Knitting for Olive the colour Dusty Artichoke, so like a little bit green, a little bit more out there, but I think it would still be super cute. The next cardigan is actually a modification of an existing pattern that's completely different. This is a modified Robinson wrap cardigan. It's a project by Ms511 on Ravelry, and she turned this wrap cardigan into tie front, bell sleeved, just masterpiece. I'm totally in love with it and I would really love to knit that. Robinson wrap cardigan is just a DK weight, beautiful, ethereal ballet core cardigan that's a wrap around. Very fitted sleeves, it's just very fitted all over, and this modification makes it very different. Basically, it's a V-neck. The edges are all I-cord, with the sleeves being like bell shaped with an I-cord around them, and at the front, instead of the double knitted edge, you have I-cord with an I-cord tie. So it's kind of similar to the Bapuri cardigan but simple, and I think it would just be so cute to wear over a dress. I would absolutely make this in white. I don't think I can imagine this in any other colour. It would really look so stunning with this top I'm wearing right now, or literally just anything, like any dress, and this would be the perfect layering piece. It reminds me of those boleros that people used to wear like in the 2000s. I absolutely used to wear them when I was a kid and I hated them and this kind of gives me that vibe, but in more of a classy way, to make you warm but you can't close it, so still not super practical but keeps you like a little bit warmer. If you don't fancy like rejigging a pattern yourself, you don't want to change anything, you just want everything to be written down for you, another option for that is the Tulipan Cardigan by Fable Knitwear. This is actually a fingering weight pattern. I think it's like made out of a mohair. It's a very similar design with scalloped edges on the bottom and around the sleeves, which I think looks so cute. It also has like a bit of lace at the front, which I'm not a massive fan of, so I'd probably remove. But other than that, it's very similar to that Robinson wrap modification. So I would probably knit this in a DK weight yarn, but I will definitely keep those beautiful scalloped edges around the sleeves because I think they look so classy and cute and just very different. Like most patterns just have like a very simple straight across edge, and I think this just gives it a little bit more whimsy, a little bit of fairy aesthetic. This would also look so cute in like a really pale pink or like a really pale blue. The Tulipan Cardigan is actually knitted on 3.5mm needles and it's got a range of sizes between extra small and 3XL, so it's quite size inclusive. The only issue is that it's worked flat. It is top down, it's a raglan and everything, but I'm not sure how I feel about working things flat, so maybe I just try and modify it to work it like in the round. Or I suppose it's a cardigan. I don't know if it means that as in flat and then you have to sew things down, or if it's flat because it's a cardigan. I'd have to look into that. In terms of this size inclusivity, this designer does say that if any of the sizes do not fit you, if you are outside the size range, you should get in touch with them and you can test knit it for them, which I think is actually really like sweet. And she says that about all of her patterns because obviously it's a lot harder for designers to find people outside of the average size range. So if you are outside of that box, they are willing to do the maths for you and you can like test it for them for free because you don't have to pay for the pattern and then for free for them. I suppose it's like a good deal. The next pattern, which I've been dying to make the past year or so, and I'm definitely making this spring, is the Peacock Cardigan by Lovemode. This is a very popular design. It's got 240 projects on Ravelry for good reason. It's a really simple but also elevated piece. It's a really pretty crewneck cardigan with a lace yoke. I think the yoke is round but it's got some short rows. I think that would help with the fit. Since it on 4mm needles with a lace and fingering weight yarn held together, which says it's fingering on Ravelry, but I think that's more of a DK weight. It features just a rib, button band and neckline, which I think I would maybe modify to be double knitted so that it looks a little bit more elevated. Those edges look a little bit less finished to me. After changing that on my April cardigan, I'm obsessed with double knitted edges, so I would definitely consider that. But the pattern itself looks very classy. It gives me like a little bit of an older knitting lady vibe, but also in like a classy way rather than just old-fashioned way. And to be honest, I'm aspiring to be that lady, so I don't really care. I think it would look really cute in like a beige, or I'm planning to knit it in Knitting for Olive merino and mohair again. This is in the colour Dusty Moose, which is this really pretty brown grey. It's neither fully brown and nor fully grey because greys don't really suit me so much. I think it would be a really cute like layering piece that you could just wear with anything, like top and jeans or over a dress or just by itself as a top. This also has a slightly better range of sizes but not amazing. It's from extra small to extra large. You can obviously reach out to the designer. She doesn't mention that, but I don't suppose like it would be an issue. It's also available in loads of languages, from English, Danish, German to like loads of others. It's top down. What really draws me to this pattern is the lace motif along the yoke. I think there's another pattern that's got like this lace motif that the way the yoke sits just doesn't look very flattering, whereas with this piece, like all of the projects on Ravelry I've seen look stunning on everyone. The yoke is very like well thought out and ends in like a really nice spot so that it doesn't go for too long. A lot of people on Ravelry do say that there is some issues in the pattern and it's not greatly edited, so there's quite a few mistakes in it. I'm not sure if they've been fixed by now. Definitely I wouldn't go for this pattern if you're a beginner and you haven't done much pattern fixing and fixing of mistakes, because you might find this a bit stressful. The next cardigan with a lace motif is the Gioia cardigan by Sandrine C or Knit Studio. This one is actually again knitted in a DK weight with 4mm needles, but this one is not a round yoke. It looks like a drop shoulder, but Ravelry says that it's a saddle shoulder, which I'm not sure about. It might be a similar situation as with Petite Knit April Cardigan, where it's got like a tiny saddle and then it goes into a contiguous, whereas this might be going into a drop shoulder. I'm not entirely sure. It does look a little bit more like dropped to here. This pattern is available in both English and French. So this is a seamless worked flat cardigan. You just work it as you would any other cardigan. It features short rows for a good fit, and it's also a crew neck again. The button band on this cardigan is actually quite interesting. I believe it's knitted with the cardigan as you knit it, so you wouldn't have to pick it up. It's ribbed vertical rather than horizontal, which actually looks quite cute. Though again, I might opt for a double knitted band for this one as well. Honestly, the pattern description actually does sound like a drop shoulder rather than a saddle shoulder, so I think this may be like a translation issue, or maybe I'm just confused. This is available in 9 sizes from a bust measurement of 90 to 159 centimeters, which is 35 to 62 inches. This pattern I do have an issue with in terms of I'm not sure what colour I would knit it in, because I don't really like the white on it. I don't think it would be very wearable because of the lace. You could literally see through everything that you would wear underneath it, but then you couldn't really knit it in like a dark yarn because you wouldn't be able to see the lace motif, so it would have to be something like in between, maybe a beige or something, or like a grey. If you do suit grey, then it would be quite cute. The next pattern, which is actually quite similar to the heart chain sweater, which has been quite popular recently. This is a Little Harmony cardigan by Manmi Chue, also known as Soup Knits. This is a really cute DK cardigan knitted on 5mm needles, and it's drop shoulder. It's got these beautiful heart chains going across it. It's again a crew neck. There's been a lot of crew neck cardigans, but there is some v-necks coming later on. It also features brioche on the shoulders and the sleeves. I would probably modify the sleeves because I think they are a little bit too tight for my liking with all the lines, but I love how the heart chains look and I just think it's really cute. I'd probably maybe change it to like a seed stitch or something along the sleeves just to make it a little bit less liney, and it gives me a bit of a ruler vibe, or like a lined paper sheet. Not my jam, but I'd probably just modify it because I think for the cables it's just so cute. This also has loads of sizes from 2 extra small to 5 extra large. Again, knitted top down in the round, which I assume just means it's worked flat but it's not seamed. Features short rows. This looks like a very involved pattern, so definitely not a beginner pattern. I think with this one you just have to go for a pink yarn. It's hearts. It would be such a cute Valentine's Day pattern. The alternative pattern to this is not ideal because it's only available in Korean, I believe. It's the Lovemode Cardigan by Cream Button. It's quite similar in terms of it's got those vertical heart chains going along the front, but it features a lot more cables all over it, and it's got like seed stitch sleeves and it's got those beautiful cables going along the sleeves as well. I think this one is just stunning. This one's knitted in worsted weight on 4mm needles, so it's a little bit more effort and I think it will be a little bit more chunky, but I think this would be a lot more of a wardrobe staple because it just looks a lot more polished to me. It slightly gives Emily Gilmore vibes and it's kind of just a little bit more elevated, but the heart chains just give a very romantic feeling. I would just die for a pink version of this. I might just deal with the Korean and translate it in Google Translate or something. It really reminds me of the heart chain sweater, which I think is super cute, but I don't think I would want to do that amount of knitting for a jumper because I don't really wear them quite so much, and I think with a cardigan you've got a lot more freedom because you can wear it open, you can wear it closed. It would just be such a stunning piece to have in my wardrobe. This pattern though has 2 sizes, I think. It's got short and long, which is medium and large. I'm a little bit confused by the measurements. It might be 1 size and just the length varies, which is not ideal. It's just like an additional pattern that I wanted to mention because I think it looks absolutely stunning. The thing about Korean patterns is that they do give you measurements for like every part of the cardigan, so if you are interested in this pattern you can check out, here are the measurements and you can see whether that will fit you in any way. I think it's just such a cute pattern that is really worth mentioning. When I saw the A Little Harmony cardigan, I really wanted to go through Soup Knit's pattern library. I saw the Athens Cardigan by the same designer, and I just fell in love with the little flowers within the cables. This is a worsted weight cardigan knitted on 5mm needles, and it features all over texture, cables, seed stitch, name it, it's just everything. And it's got these beautiful, I think it's bubbles, but they are shaped like flowers. They're like alternating in the diamond cables. It features 2x2 rib on both the cardigan body, sleeves and the button band, which I'm not a massive fan of, so I definitely modify that. But as you can tell, I'm quite picky with my cardigan features, so I just would modify everything. This is available in both English and Korean, and it's got a size extra small to 4XL, which is quite a wide range. Again, this is a crew neck, it features short rows, and this one actually has a video tutorial for it, so it's quite cool because it might be a little bit more user friendly in terms of knitting this pattern. It actually has two sleeve versions, so one of them has a reverse stockinette pattern and the other one is the cabled Aran, like same pattern that you've got all over the body. The designer does say that this pattern is beginner friendly. I'm not sure how much it would be because of all their like cables stuff going on all over it, but I think if you've got both a chart, instructions and a video tutorial, I don't think it would be too hard if you're an adventurous beginner. My first knit ever was a cabled cardigan, which, you know, I think anyone can do anything if you've just got the right instructions. The next pattern I've actually already made and I'm absolutely in love with, but really wanted to mention because it's just this really plain staple that I think everyone needs. This is the Cardigan No. 9 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. It's an Aran or worsted weight cardigan knitted on 5mm needles. It's just a very plain saddle shoulder crew neck cardigan, which I think just pairs perfectly with absolutely everything. You can wear it closed as a jumper, I suppose, but also you can wear it open and it looks cute. You can wear it over dresses, with jeans, you can style it in any way you want. It's so versatile. My Favourite Things Knitwear is so good with making these very staple pieces, just like petite knit, that are quite simple but have these very sophisticated details. This one features a double knitting neckline before you go into the ribbing. It just looks very polished and you've got this extra oomph in it. If you see this pattern and want to knit it, you need to know that My Favourite Things Knitwear does mean business when she says oversized. If you do listen to the designer's instructions and go for the right size, it is very easy and quick to knit. If I hadn't like made silly mistakes with choosing a size large somehow for some reason, I would have finished this in about 2 weeks because it just speeds through. It's easy stockinette, it's just so nice to knit. It features these toggle buttons in the like original design, and that's what I went for. I'll put in a picture of my cardigan. I knitted mine in Rauma Fever colour 4078, I believe, which is like this greyish beige, and it's just turned out so cute and I've been loving it and wearing it to death because it's so nice and warm, super easy to throw on over everything. This is available in loads of languages and in sizes extra small to a 4 extra large. I'm not sure whether it's like fully size inclusive, but because it's so oversized, I think anyone can really like change it up a bit. Even if you change your gauge a little bit, you can really modify it because the fit is just so large. Ravelry says that is an average difficulty and I would kind of agree, but it's like on the easier side. Everything is just so clearly explained and it's just so simple, just stockinette. It mostly holds your hand. It's just a very good pattern and I did really enjoy making it, so I would very much recommend. If you don't want to support My Favourite Things Knitwear for whatever reason, because I know there's been some controversies, there is an alternative that I haven't made but I would really like to probably next winter because I like this cardigan style. This is the Traveller's Cardigan by Ozetta, and it again is a nice crew neck cardigan. It's drop shoulder, it features balloon sleeves and the button band is actually knitted as you go, so you don't have to do many finishing touches, which I think is quite useful for those people that struggle with kind of picking up the like stitches and having to do extra work when your piece is finished. Again, this one does include short rows for improved fit and is available in loads of sizes from extra small to 5XL and is available in 6 languages including English and loads of others, which is quite useful. This again is knitted in Aran weight yarn on 6mm needles, so a little bit chunkier than the Cardigan No. 9, but it's in the similar realm that you could probably go go for a worsted yarn and have a slightly lighter version than the pattern suggests. I would knit this in Rauma Feel in the colour Dark Grey, held with knitting roll of soft silk mohair in the colour Thundercloud, which would give this like slightly mild look with like a grey and a bit of black, which I think would look really cute with this very simple design. The next design, which I'm actually in the middle of knitting at the moment, is the Pearl Jacket by Helen Baber or Garner Slicked. This is a top-down drop shoulder cardigan knitted in a broken rib pattern, and it features a v-neck. Finally. It's quite an oversized pattern. It really reminds me of the Step by Step cardigan by Handmade by Florence, but in a more of a all over texture pattern. It's very oversized. The sleeves look quite big on it. I'm knitting mine in Filcolana Peruvian Highland wool in the colour Lavender Grey Melange, which is turning out absolutely stunning, and I'm so excited to wear it. This pattern is knitted in a lace and DK weight held together, which the pattern says is a DK, but I think it's more of a worsted, so that's why I used the Filcolana Peruvian, and this is knitted on 5mm needles. This is available in sizes extra small to 2XL, and it's available in English and Norwegian. This pattern has my beloved double knitted button band, which I'm just so obsessed with on cardigan. I think it works really well with the broken rib all over. The broken rib goes into 1x1 rib on the sleeves and the body. Next cardigan, which is a slightly similar design. This is the Cardamom Cardigan by Twin Knits. This is a contiguous shoulder cardigan, all over texture again. This is not broken rib, but half broken rib. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I'll picture in of it so you can see more what I mean. But I think it's also really cute. It's in a very similar vibe, though my only issue with it is I don't think it has enough positive ease for this pattern, and I will definitely knit it a little bit more oversized. This is a much lighter pattern knitted in fingering lace held on 4mm needles, so it's a nice alternative to the Pearl Jacket if you want something a little bit lighter. I think it just doesn't look quite so good fitted as I think it would do if it was oversized, but it would be a really nice spring cardigan. It's available in loads of sizes between extra small and 4XL, and it's available in English and Danish. I think this would look absolutely stunning in Gepard Kip Settler in the colour Magnolia Flowers 104, held together with Purulana in the colour 106. It would be this really cute greyish, slightly pinkish colour, which I think would really suit this cardigan. The next crewneck pattern I want to talk about is the only colourwork design in this video, and this is the Telemark Cardigan by Sandnes Design. I believe this features traditional Norwegian colourwork along the yoke and the body of the cardigan. I think this pattern is a little bit too long for my liking, so I would definitely crop it, but I think their colour work on the yoke just looks absolutely stunning. This pattern is steeked, so you work it in the round and then you cut it and then you knit the button band, which is quite useful with colour work. The Norwegian pattern is available as a printed pamphlet collection, but I bought this as an email download and you can buy it from the link on Ravelry. This is probably a very time consuming project because it's knitted on 3.5mm needles in a sport weight yarn. I'm not entirely sure what I would go for. I think this would look really cute in a light beige with like a lighter brown, slightly darker beige motif, or like that inverted. I wouldn't really like this in like bright colours like the pattern shows, just because that's not my style, but if you do like that, then absolutely all power to you. This pattern is available in 6 sizes from bust measurements 87cm to 128cm. The sizes aren't named, so it's not like small to large or anything. The next pattern I really wanted to talk about is the Haru Cardigan by Knits by Summer. This is an all over cabled cardigan featuring these absolutely tiny cables all over. It's oversized drop shoulder, it features these really large sleeves and a double knitted button band again, which I think is just stunning. My friend Candid Knit knitted this pattern in a really pretty pink colour, and I think it just came out super cute. This is knitted in fingering and lace held together on 4mm needles, which I think would look really cute in a lace weight and a mohair held together. Yeah, the suggested yarn is Tulipan Cardigan with the knitting for olive soft silk mohair, so you could probably use the knitting for olive merino and the mohair held together. This is available in 5 sizes and it's only an English pattern. The next design was one that I was planning to knit in the past winter, but I never got around to it. This is the Elara Cardigan by M Knits. It again is a crew neck cardigan featuring loads of cables, but this one, hold on, has pockets, which I just think is so cute and it's adorable in a cardigan. It gives me the book club cardigan vibes, but in more of a cozy, oversized way. This is knitted with Drops Melody, so quite a bulky yarn on 4.5mm needles. You can knit this with knitting for olive heavy merino held with their silk mohair, or you can order 2 strands of Drops alpaca, like the super fluffy thin but fluffy yarn together. This is less of a versatile piece and it gives me more of a staying at home during autumn with a hot cup of tea vibe, but I do think it's really adorable and it would be a really nice and cozy piece to have. This is a really pretty saddle shoulder design, but it's got these cables going along the sleeves. The sleeves are like slightly bubbly along the bottom. This is available in 10 different sizes from bust measurements 71 to 167 centimeters or 28 to 66 inches. Size 9 was not tested, and the designer says that if you're willing to knit this pattern in exchange for feedback, she'll provide it for free. The next pattern is by Sari Nordland, and this is the Neilo cardigan, available in the Softly Timeless Knits book. This is a stunning raglan cardigan featuring all over cables. This is again a crew neck. You can see that I'm going for a theme with my cardigans recently, but this is knitted in a DK weight yarn on 4.5mm needles. It's very fitted, so no oversized cables again. It kind of gives me a similar vibe to the Peacock cardigan, but more cable wise. I think it would be a really cute spring or an autumn piece, probably more autumn because of they're all over cables. It features a double knitted button band and edge. It doesn't distract from the cables, it just gives it more of an elevated look. It's charted and it's knitted top down again. It's also got a written pattern. It's available in both English and Finnish. It's available in 9 sizes from bust measurements of 84 to 159 centimeters. I very much hope you cannot hear the drilling in the background. The next pattern is the Siri Cardigan by Laynit or Lena Holmasamsa. This again is a top-down raglan cardigan. This one is a little bit more oversized than the previous one and it features 1x1 rib, button band and collar rather than the double knit. This is knitted on DK weight yarn on 4.5mm needles, and it also features like lots of cables all over, but this time it actually doesn't have the cables on the sleeves and rather has seed stitch, which I think is really cute and it makes it a little bit more versatile. It's available in sizes extra small to 5 extra large, and it's available in English and 5 other languages. Editing Victoria interjection here. I completely forgot to talk about this pattern, but I thought it was worth mentioning. This is the Lales Frame Cardigan by Gioia in This pattern is currently in testing, but there is a version of this design as a vest, and I think the pattern specs will be relatively similar. This is a drop shoulder cardigan knitted on 3.5mm needles with light fingering and lace weight yarn held together, making a sport weight yarn. It features all over cables with these really pretty diamonds and again flowers within them, but those actually have stems. This pattern has a 2x2 rib button band. I'm not entirely certain about this design feature. I think I'd probably change it to a 1x1 rib, although the 2x2 rib does kind of match the cable on the body. It will take a little bit of thinking to adjust that. It could be a really cute spring layering piece because of the lightness of the yarn, but also I feel like the cables might look a little bit better in a DK weight rather than a sport weight. The really pretty diamond cables also go across the sleeves, and the floral motifs are also featured along the back. This design has only 2 sizes for the vest pattern and is available in both Korean and English. I think the cardigan is likely to also have a similar amount of sizes. It's quite oversized though, so it might still fit multiple sizes with slightly different positive ease. The vest pattern is intended to be worn with 25 to 30 centimeters of positive ease. Overall, it seems like it would be a really cute pattern, and I'm excited for it to be translated into English. The final cardigan pattern I wanted to talk to you all about is actually not released yet. I'm not sure whether it will be released soon, but this again is by Cream Button and is the Hydrangea Cardigan, or at least I think that's how it translates to English. It's called Sukuk in Korean, and it features these beautiful cables all over and has like these kind of diamond cables, slightly more rounded, but they have these really beautiful flowers within them. It's kind of similar to the Athena cardigan, but those flowers are a little bit more protruding and the petals are a little bit more visible, which I cannot wait for this pattern to release because I just would love to knit this in like a really beautiful dusty blue, probably like this kind of colour. Maybe the Knitting for Olive Merino in the colour Dusty Dove Blue would be absolutely stunning for this, and maybe held double. I think this pattern is worsted weight knitted on 4.5mm needles, but I can't fully figure out because it's all in Korean. I really cannot wait for this pattern to be released and just wanted to mention it. I obviously can't really tell you how many sizes this will have, but I'm expecting it will probably have like 1 or 2. I just think it's so cute, and I would probably just like take the chart and maybe try and figure out how to do it myself. The ribbing of the sleeves actually ends in like this scalloped edge, which just gives it so much like whimsy and is so feminine and cute. It's just adorable. I think the designer's kind of version of this cardigan is a little bit too long for my liking. I would definitely crop it quite a lot so that it comes up to like just the top of my high-waisted jeans, which I think would still look super cute. Despite the noise interruption, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye!